Good morning, Suidlanders. How are you? We trust that you're well. It's morning here. It's going on for 12, and the temperature in Montana is, I'm trying to do quick mental calculations, but to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius is a very complicated sum. It's about 2 degrees. This morning it was about -5 degrees. It's the lowest that I saw. Anyway, I want to talk to you about the demolition of the right wing of the United States of America. I know some people don't like the term right wing, but I'm going to use it in its true sense. The term right wing comes from the time of the French Revolution, when on the right hand side of the parliament sat the religious people, the nobility, the conservatives, that broad category. And on the left-hand side sat the socialists, the libertines, for those of you who know what that means, very horrible word. The socialists, the libertines, the revolutionaries, the humanists, and so on. When we toured the USA in 2017, we received a rapturous welcome. For the first 6 weeks or so, it was slow going. It took time for the tour to get off the ground, but it was nevertheless worthwhile because of the number of interviews that we did, radio interviews and such like, which we've never shared. I mean, it was just a bit vinhat, to advertise all of those, but we had many. And then it picked up, beyond just the interviews. We received many invitations from all over the show for us to visit organizations and groups and so on, and give speeches. And for 6 months we did that very successfully, and we could have done it for another 6 months. Our diary would have been completely full if we'd stayed another 6 months. But I was by that time exhausted. So the next year, 17, 18, we received, I don't know, I think we went back to the USA twice or thrice, and made one trip to Europe. And then in 2019, we returned to the USA, I think twice, and made another trip to Europe. The first one was to the European Parliament. I'm talking now just about the Europe trips, digressing slightly. And the second one was to the Deutsche Bundestag in 2019, November. And to Croatia for a very, very important and strategically valuable meeting for Suidlanders' National Emergency Plan. Then we had the pandemic and the travel restrictions of 20, 21, 22, and just over half of 2023, and we're back here. And my point is that you cannot compare the reception, the existence of people who want to see us in 2023 to those years of 17, 18, and 19. The right wing in the USA has been obliterated. It has been demolished, pulverized, atomized. There's almost nothing left of it. We have had invitations to speak at various functions, but under various circumstances, such as financial circumstances, we haven't been able to take about 3 or 4 or 5 of them. We have spoken at the League of the South conference. We did speak at the Southern National Congress. But generally speaking, we've had 7 opportunities, of which we've taken 2. Generally speaking, there has been far, far, far less opportunity. People are terrified. People have scurried down holes. They've hidden themselves from the opprobrium, the disapproval, and the persecution of the Biden administration. The right wing in the USA has been atomized. Smashed to smithereens. And it's very sad to see. It's heartbreaking. Because the irony of the thing is that more and more and more people are speaking openly about Joe Biden being a wally and Donald Trump being the salvation of the USA. Now, most of you will know that I believe that Donald Trump is not the salvation of the USA for various good reasons, but we won't digress on that topic right now. Nevertheless, many middle-of-the-road people, normies, believe that he's the answer. So people are furious with what's happening in this country in terms of inflation, unemployment, crime, and so on. And the pandemic and the clot shots. But they are hiding it from plain view. It's reminiscent of what a man told me in Germany when Mr. Miller sent me to Germany on that tour that I mentioned to you a minute ago. He and I got to chatting about things in Germany, immigration, this, that, and the next thing. And he is clearly not a conservative or a right-winger, but he allowed himself to say that immigration and certain other things were no good. And I said to him, well, what are Germans doing about it? And he said, we are clenching our fists in our pockets. We are clenching our fists in our pockets. Meaning, we're angry, we're furious, but we dare not show it. And, of course, we're seeing the symptoms of that throughout Europe. Although this video is Suidlanders in a Sedan across America, we'll digress for a minute on the recent elections in Holland, where Geert Wilders was elected to... his party received the highest proportion of votes or percentage of votes in the elections of a few days ago. Today being Monday the 27th of November. And we have seen it in recent months. Mr. Miller has spoken about this, if my memory serves me correctly. And those of you on my strategic news group, Suidlanders Leadership, will be aware that I've covered it. The alternative for Deutschland, share of support among voters has increased steadily in recent years. So there are these sentiments. People want Trump to come back. They want things to be fixed. They're very upset about the number of people that are dying of the clot shots, of the excess deaths when measured against the 5-year moving average prior to the introduction of the clot shots in late 2020, early 2021. They're upset by inflation and unemployment and low wages, but they dare not show it. And so all of those groups have disappeared. All of those groups that we visited in Texas, I think we went to Texas 3 times. In the Northwest, in California of all places, we gave presentations to so very many people. They've all run for the hills. They're all hiding. And that's the long and the short of this video. That's all I have to tell you, is just how severely the right wing of the USA has been pulverized in a few short years. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Goodbye, and God bless all of you.